Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope that you are fine. We are going to check what are the messages for the collective. So just a reminder before we start, this is a group reading. So it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might absolutely not be for you. So please use your intuition and don't take on yourself a story that is not yours. I'm just here in order to confirm something that you already know, right? Intuitively, instinctively, you can feel it. I'm just here to give you more information about the situation. If I'm talking about masculine or feminines, I am not talking about the gender. I am talking about the energy from where someone is operating. Let's see. Adapt and thrive, Valley of Shadows, and act with clarity. Steady as you go. Let's take another one. If there's another one that comes out, yes. Revelations await. Oh, I like that. I like that. So, adapt and thrive. Luck flows with change, stay flexible, embrace shifts and learn from the journey as answers reveal themselves. Valley of Shadows, step into the enveloping Valley of Shadows. Here fears are faced and the courage is forged in dimly lit path. Act with clarity, focus your intentions, navigate decisions with clear insight and purpose. Steady as you go, navigate with patience and resilience, trusting in your inner strength to guide you through life's twists and turns. And revelations await, embrace the mystery, embark on a journey of discovery, and watch as secrets unveil before you. I love that. I love that. Okay, so we will get deeper into that. I didn't plan on... I kind of feel because those cards are very strong by themselves. I want to maintain the tarot very neutral, so we will use this one. Usually I'm trying to plan in advance, but not always, you know. Sometimes we just go with the wind. So, adapt and thrive. I kind of feel here that we might be dealing with someone who is now going into some kind of shift. Maybe trying to be less controlling of a situation, might be. Maybe this talks about you, my dear collective, and whatever you have been experiencing here, you had to adopt this state of mind. We will see with the tarot what the tarot is telling us. So, adapt and thrive. Luck flows with change. Let's see. Stay flexible, embrace shifts, and learn from the journey as answers reveal themselves. Yeah, forcing anything usually doesn't truly help. Even, I will tell you even, right? It comes to my mind. Even forcing discussions. When you are dealing with someone who doesn't want to have a discussion, they don't want to reveal themselves, they don't want to speak truth. What happens when you are trying to force truth? Very often what you will get is lies, gaslighting, projections, avoidance, you know, all those kind of things. So it doesn't mean that you don't have to do it. If you feel that you need to have this discussion, but always observe the body language of someone. You need to be able to read between the lines of their words, because when someone is not ready to speak their truth, they will reveal themselves in other ways, right? So let's see, maybe this is what you needed to do in some kind of situation to adapt. And I love to see the thrive here. So we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it's exactly what you did. You decided not to fight. You decided to step to the side. 10 of Wands, because you could feel the burdens coming on you, which was just draining your energy at the end of the day. It was not worth it. So you might have tried. Yeah, you simply detach yourself. We have here the 5 of Wands in reverse, the 10 of Wands, and the Devil in reverse. So you have simply decided to distance yourself from the toxicity, because I think truly that it was the best thing to do, because I feel that whenever you tried to adapt yourself to them and not to yourself, not to your own well-being, to them, it was just burdening you more and more and more. Whenever you might have tried to speak up and try to have some kind of meaningful conversation, what you ended up with maybe is with inner conflict, not helping you at all. So you decided to take back your energy by listening to yourself, and this is when you thrive. Why? Because you are not wasting your energies anymore. You are not putting your energies into a place that is like a, how can we call it? I see a trash can in front of me, you know? Queen of Pentacles. You were dealing here with people who wanted to keep it very superficial. They didn't want to go deep. They didn't want to answer your questions. The Queen of Pentacles, it's someone materialistic, shallow, superficial, attention seeker. The status is very important. It's all about ego. It's all about image. So when you are trying to have a meaningful, deep conversation with someone like that, it is not possible, because they are only, their mind is only guided to protect their ego. So, wasted energy. This is why I saw the trash can. Wasted energy. This is it. Adapt and thrive. The 7 of Cups in reverse. Yes, you could see above the illusions, delusions, the mental confusion that maybe they tried to provoke in you, with the projections, with the lies, with the gaslighting. You could absolutely see above it. And so you said, you know what? I won't waste my energy there anymore. Why should I? Why should I? And I think that once you did that, you realized that you were thriving. Why? Because you were using your energy the right way. You shifted the way that you were putting in your energy. We have the Hierophant here. You were dealing, I'm trying to I move the camera higher in order for you. I need to stop moving the camera, to be honest, because I never know where you can see the cards and where you can't. I think that you can see the cards here. The Hierophant in reverse. We are not talking here about people who are in alignment, talking from their higher place. They will lie. They will say whatever fits their narrative, whatever fits their ego. We might be dealing here with people who love to hear themselves talk, but they are not talking truth. They are not. Let's be honest. So, Valley of Shadows. I hear the song. Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? So, Valley of Shadows. Step into the enveloping Valley of Shadows Here fears are faced and courage is forged in dimly lit path. This forces you, when you are in the shadows, in fact, it forces you to listen to your intuition, right? Because you don't have any truth. I feel that this is wow, the moon. I love it. Thank you, Spirit. The moon. Talking about shadows. Yeah, the moon. People are confusing you. Delusions, illusions, doing things behind closed doors, in the shadows. You have no other choice but to listen to your intuition. But the moon also here is related to water signs, is related to Pisces, and the moon is also related to Cancer. So we are here with water signs. Water talks about feelings and emotions, and it also talks about intuition. So this is exactly what I'm telling you. When you are dealing with shadows, things that you don't know, what you have is your intuition. Observing the situation, not listening to the words. You know that people are hiding things, and how do you know that? By the way that they are answering to you, by their body talk. What else? Valley of Shadows. What should we know here about this Valley of Shadows? Page of Pentacles. You observe the situation. This is what you did, and you did right. You did right. Sometimes the best thing to do, it is simply to be a student. You know, we are with the page here. Stepping back, observing what is going on in front of you. This will tell you what is hidden in the shadows. Can we see that? I need to check if we can see that. Wait 1 second. Yes, you can see that, and I can come until here for you to see it. Okay. Appa. Sorry, I just moved the mic. I have bigger foot than what I think, and so I am always putting my foot somewhere that I shouldn't. Okay, that, yeah. You transform the situation, right? We are going back here to the adapt, to staying flexible, letting something die for something new to be able to be born, right? This is the energy of the death card. It's the Scorpio. It talks about transformation. It is not just death. It is death for a rebirth, something better. Tell me more, tell me more. Valley of Shadows. The Star. Yeah, you felt that there was, you had no more faith there that you would be able to get anywhere, right? You might have been dealing with people who have no faith. You might have felt that you were troubled in your own intuition because you were surrounded by people that were blurring the lines between the truth and the lies. You know, the Star in reverse. 8 of Cups. Yeah, they wanted somehow to keep you emotionally stuck. Valley of Shadows. What I hear is someone telling you that they love you, but all their actions are screaming the opposite. Screaming the opposite. But they wanted to confuse you. And I think that you might be someone who gives people chances. You believe that because you could heal, they could heal. But the difference is that you wanted to heal. They might not want to heal. So I think that they said to you a lot of things in order to confuse you. The Star and the Eight of Cups in reverse, both of those in reverse. The Page of Wands. Tell me more here about this Page of Wands. Tell me more about this Page of Wands in this Valley of Shadows. The Nine of Swords. Yeah, the actions, whatever they did, the idea was to put you in a fiery energy that you wouldn't be able to rest, that you would be scared, anxious, that you wouldn't be able to trust yourself. This is why they maintain those shadows. They wanted you to be in those shadows. With the Page of Wands here, with the Wands, we are with the fiery energy, right? This talks about actions, creativity. But I truly feel here the element of, you know, putting you on a small fire, you know, and it's kind of a torture when you are always on this heightened energy. It's too small for you to truly explode, but it burns you down at the end of the day, because you are always on this kind of survival mode. You know, they were building on the timeline. You know, it's like the Chinese, Japanese torture, I don't know, you know, where they are putting you a drop of water on the same place over and over again. So a drop of water, in fact, you know, it's not torture, but when it's always the same place on a length of time, then it becomes torture, right? So I kind of feel this energy here about always, you know, sending you some kind of fire, some kind of shadows, in order to put you in a state where you would be anxious, fearful, unstable, mentally unstable, unable to sleep. I don't know why, but I kind of feel also that they were trying to send you things through the 5D, you know, like I don't like to talk about those things because, you know, but this is what I feel, okay? So I feel like dark magic and things like this. Mirror magic, dark magic, people truly trying to get into your energy, getting into your brain, into your nervous system, all of those things. Anyway, I don't know if I need to tell you that, but if anyone ever proposed to you to do that dark magic on someone, first of all, I hope that you will refuse, and second, understand that you are putting yourself in danger, because a person that is willing to do that is someone dangerous. It is not someone who is in alignment. It is you are dealing with a dark entity, because only a dark entity would do something like that. So you are putting yourself in danger at the end. First of all, chances are that they don't even know what they are doing, and it can backfire on you. But second, you are dealing with a dark entity acting on their darkness. You understand what I mean? So always stay away. Act with clarity. Let's get into this. Focus your intentions, navigate decisions with clear insight and purpose. Sometimes the clear insight, it is in yourself, and being able to see that someone is insisting on keeping you into shadows, this is enough of your insight. They hope that you will put your energy on gaining clarity about the shadows, while in fact the true clarity resides in seeing that a person is keeping you into the shadows, right? Let's see what comes out here. Yeah, keeping you in balance. Temperance in reverse. Not giving you the information that you need in order for you to feel, again, Four of Swords in reverse. This is kind of the Nine of Swords in the upright that we just saw. They didn't want you to be able to be relaxed, to be able to heal, to have a clear mind. It was very intentional. Whatever you have been through with those people was very, very intentional. But you see through. You see through. I'm happy that this card came out. The Two of Swords in reverse. In reverse. I kind of feel that this card also came out in order to tell us that what you did, yes, and what came out after it is the Four of Cups, which is being closed off, protecting yourself. So, I feel that what you did here, you could see through. Maybe you didn't know exactly what you were feeling, but you trusted your intuition here, which is great. It's exactly what you needed to do. But what you did, the Two of Swords talks about being in a stalemate position. Why? Because you don't know what to do. You know that you have to do a choice. You know that you have to make a choice. But when the Two of Swords is in the upright, you can't make this choice because you don't have enough information. And it invites you truly to listen to your intuition, because your eyes cannot see the reality. Here it is in reverse, right? So you see, or at least you trust your intuition. But I think that this came out because your intuition has told you not to say anything, not to do anything, to stay in this stalemate position, for them maybe to think that you don't know how to trust yourself. You don't. But in fact, what you did, it is protect yourself. Cut yourself of every outside influence that was trying to tear you back into those shadows, so that you could truly stay with your clarity, with your clear mind, even though you couldn't see the truth from your own eyes. But your intuition was there, and I think that you protected your intuition by not doing anything, which confused the enemy at the end of the day, right? Let's see. Act with clarity. Queen of Swords. Exactly. You saw the truth. You absolutely did see the truth. And it comes under revelation awaits. You might have started to speak the truth, or some kind of truth will come to you very, very soon. Very soon. But I think that you might have spoken your truth in some kind of way. Maybe. Steady as you go. I'm looking at this image. It kind of looks like the Hangman here, right? We have a clown. That seems somehow how this card here is coming. It looks like the Hangman. And the Hangman is to stop for a moment, to be able to see things from a new perspective. Steady as you go. Navigate with patience and resilience, trusting in your inner strength to guide you through life twists and turns. Steady as you go. Eight of Pentacles. Strength in reverse. Yeah, I feel that in order to regain whatever inner strength they were trying to take from you, you went all in. You might have taken this experience, which I think is the best way that we can take this experience, or whatever experience we are going through, like a student Like, okay, I will master here. We are with the Eight of Pentacles. This is work. This is mastery. This is... I see what is happening here. I know the subject already. We are with the Eight of Pentacles. So it's mastering. You already have your degree, but you don't have your master's degree. So you decided in this situation where you might have felt that you had no control of the situation to master some kind of wisdom, of knowledge, of emotional intelligence, something like that. Eight of Cups in reverse. Maybe the reason why people don't want to let you go. Maybe. Why they are staying in your environment and entertaining something in some kind of way. We have again these Two of Swords in reverse. Yes, sitting, observing, learning, not acting in plain sight. Not actively trying to control the situation with this Strength in reverse. Look, the Hangman. What did I say with this card? There is a lot of physical stagnancy here in this energy. The Eight of Pentacles is someone sitting and truly mastering whatever they are doing. Here, the Strength in reverse, it is not putting some kind of energy in order to control the situation. So it's also some kind of stagnant energy here. Then we have this Two of Swords, which is being in a stalemate position, no matter if it's in the upright or reverse. And then we have this Hangman. Also, this is a steady energy. This is someone who stops, observe, think in order to see things from a new perspective. I love it. This Hangman came out after I said what I said there. Yeah, the dark, the sun, in reverse. There is a lot of things that you couldn't see. But what you could see, it is that you can't see and that they don't want you to see. So even when you can't see something, you know, it's like we say, I don't know if I agree with that, right? But it's just a statement that exists. If they don't do anything, not answering is also an answer. I don't know. I generally don't know how much I agree to those quotes. They are sometimes very simplistic. You know, some people will act on that and then they will realize that the person didn't answer because, in fact, they were not alive anymore. You understand what I mean? So I don't know how I agree with all of those, but somehow here you knew that the fact that there were so many things that were into the shadows, this was your answer. Two of Cups. Toxic relationship, separating yourself, breaking the contract, not agreeing to the contract, not getting into a relationship, separating yourself from a relationship, a connection. Tell me something more about the steady as we go. The Hermit in reverse. Yeah, they wanted to leave you in a state where you don't know what's going on, right? That you would be confused. They wanted you confused. They might have also wanted you to isolate yourself, but not out of wisdom, healing, all of those. No, they wanted you to isolate yourself because you are stressed out, because you are fearful, because you are shameful. This is what they wanted. Okay, revelations await. I'm trying to do like, you know, shorter readings. I don't know if this is what you want or not, but because I kind of came back to it, to sharing YouTube videos not long time ago, um, you know, I don't want you to feel that you need to engage yourself in a 1 hour reading. So I'm trying to somehow make it a little bit shorter. But let me know in the comments if you prefer longer ones or shorter ones. I would love to know. Revelations await. The World card. This cycle is over. We are with Saturn. A lesson has been learned. A karmic cycle is over. It's over. It's over. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. I love that. I love that. The Page of Swords. Yeah, you can see above the lies now. You won't do what you might have done in the past. It is when you were feeling that someone was lying to you, you were doubting your intuition. You were trying for others to force them into saying the truth. I think that from now on, it is not what you will do anymore. Oh, this is beautiful. There are a lot of cards that turned suddenly out of the blue. The first one was the Wheel of Fortune. I had to take it out. But even the one after, we have the Three of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Devil, the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Page of Wands. Yeah, they were acting from a very dark side. Maybe the person that you were dealing with here is someone that is codependent. They cannot be alone. They need other people, and instead of being honest about that, they are trying to somehow mind fuck them, trauma bond them, put them in a... It's very toxic, right? Do I need to say that? I don't think that I need to say that. But anyway, what I was saying here, before suddenly the cards turned, like the Wheel of Fortune wanted to present itself to me. I think that you know now that, you know, when something is not clear, you don't have to go and try to get deeper into it. You might just let it be. Let it be. Even though, you know, we have this Wheel of Fortune here. So, once again, whatever happened here might be fated. So you would get truly to this place where you would finally totally close this cycle of trying to be understanding and to be empathetic and to try to help other people heal, all of those things. You know, maybe it was kind of a last test for you to truly close this cycle, this karmic cycle, and you did it greatly. You know, when I saw the World card, I was happy and I was excited because I understood that your karmic lesson was learned, and you are rewarded here. And I guess that you are rewarded, first of all, because you did right, but also the way that you did it, with a lot of class, a lot of wisdom. You didn't just pass the test. You did much more than that. Yeah, you truly gained wisdom, emotional intelligence. Today you are even more able to guide others. Maybe even before you were an inspiration, a healer, being able to guide other people. But now it is like it is totally part of you. Maybe you needed, maybe you didn't know that you needed, but maybe what was missing was a little bit of exercise, a little bit more exercise. You understood already maybe before all of that happened to you, while you were dealing with that, if it's your family, you know, it might be a long life experience of dealing with toxicity and people trying to keep you small in order to try to control you in some way, right? Because they are codependent. I think that you already understood. Your mind was already clear, but maybe you just needed, you know, to pass the test, to have, you know, because let's say, okay, you are learning to drive. So you are learning with the teacher and everything, and you are learning the theory, and theoretically you know everything. But maybe you have always drived with someone next to you. The real test, even though you know all the material and you know how to drive a car, the real test is for you to get into the car by yourself and get into town at peak hours. You understand what I mean? So I kind of feel here that this is a little bit of the situation that we are dealing here. You already knew everything, but you had to get into the car at peak hours, you know, with all the drivers around you being very angry and very nervous and very aggressive, and see yourself, in fact. See yourself, how you can truly, how you deal this situation. It's beautiful, I like it. Revelations await, something else. Yeah, you preserved your beautiful heart in all of this situation. The Page of Cups, you maintained the pureness of your heart. You healed your inner child and you maintained, because I will tell you something, okay? I'm a healer. People often think that healing is transforming them. No, in fact, it's not. It's taking away all those layers that have unalived their inner child. Make them believe that their inner child is not good enough, that their inner child needs to change. Why? Because at the end of the day, your inner child is the key to living your own life path, what you were designed to create. This is your purest essence. So me, when I'm helping someone to heal, I am listening to their inner child. I'm not trying to change them, transform them. I am trying to give them tools in order to help them to allow this inner child to live in this difficult, it's not easy to allow yourself to truly live in the authenticity of your inner child, considering the world we are living into, right? And especially that most people also grow in families that didn't respect their inner child. Very often because the parents are unhealed, fearful, whatever it may be. You preserved your inner child. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. I will stop it here. I could continue on and on and on. Let me know in the comments what you prefer. If you like longer readings or not. So I hope that it was helpful, that maybe it was healing, hearing all those things out loud. Maybe it brought you some clarity, hopefully. If you were new here and you stayed until the end, I hope that it means that you felt welcome in those energies. And so if you want to know when is the next time that I invite you in, subscribe to the channel so you will know when the next invitation to join comes up. I wish you a beautiful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, whatever you do. Good vibes sent to you until very, very soon. Bye.